ESPN on ABC.
Welcome to a nice night in Cincinnati, Ohio. It is week number 3 around the NFL. There's your matchup. The Washington Commanders and the Cincinnati Bengals. Jamar Chase and T. Higgins are set to go, and that's got to put a smile on their quarterback Joe Burrow's face. Not smiling there, but at some point he thought about having those two guys back, and he smiled about that, trust me. And then Jaden Daniels, towel on head, deep in thought, ready to go with his first Monday Night Football game. And we welcome you to the Progressive Monday Night Kickoff. And now welcome inside the broadcast booth, everybody. I'm Joe Buck. That's Troy Aikman, the Hall of Famer. And you've already given me one of those looks, which means we're in for a good night. I'll just tell you that, the viewing audience. Cincinnati could make a case that they could be 2-0. But they're not. They're 0-2. They lost to the Patriots. They lost to Kansas City in a crusher. And now here tonight, they're a favored team. They've got to go out and get a win. They get T. Higgins back tonight. Should add a lot for the arsenal for Joe Burrow.
Well, there's no doubt. And you talk about that loss last week at Arrowhead. That was devastating. How will they come out to open up this game? The good news is they're accustomed to being in this position. And now they face a team in Washington that's in a rebuild mode. So I expect Cincinnati to come out and play exceptionally well. You mentioned T. Higgins coming back. Jamar Chase, he's been a little quiet over the first couple of ball games. Haven't really been able to get him involved. Teams have been doubling him. I expect with T. Higgins' arrival for some things to change a little bit. Of course, offensively, it's a little bit different look than what we've seen from Zach Taylor in prior years. We're seeing the tight ends much more involved. Got some new running backs, and they're explosive as well, and I think that they've been able to do some things in the passing game to help take some of the pressure off Burrow also.
Let's talk about the other side. If any team was in need of a total refresh, it was the Washington Commanders. New owner in Josh Harris, new GM, Adam Peters, new head coach, Dan Quinn, and they've got the cornerstone piece they believe, I know you believe, at quarterback in Jaden Daniels. 2 games in, it hasn't been amazing, but he's shown some really good stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it's early, and we know that, but I think he's looked really good. Are there things that he can improve on? Of course, but anytime an organization drafts a quarterback as high as they drafted Jaden Daniels, you hope that you come out of the year and you feel that you have your franchise quarterback. They're going to build things throughout this season. This is going to be a tough ball game for them tonight. I like what Dan Quinn is trying to do. They've brought in a lot of veteran players, guys like Bobby Wagner, Tyler Biadasz at center, and trying to be competitive at the same time rebuild. But this is going to be a tough season for this Washington team.
Yep, it is the Commanders and the Bengals here to wrap up week number 3 around the NFL. All lit up and ready to go. That is a good look here in Cincinnati as we continue on a Monday night.
Chase pulls it in.
Welcome back to the Progressive Monday Night Kickoff.
This guy just delivers. The resume speaks for itself.
Burrow going to launch downfield. Touchdown! Jaden Daniels takes it to the house.
The winner of the Heisman Memorial Trophy is Joe Burrow.
Jaden Daniels, Louisiana State University. With the first pick, the Cincinnati Bengals select Joe Burrow.
Burrow throws deep downfield. Touchdown!
With the second pick, the Washington Commanders select
Jaden Daniels keeps it. Touchdown Washington!
In the illustrious history of the LSU Tiger football program, there have been 3 Heisman Trophy winners. There's 2 of them getting together at midfield before tonight's game. We'll send it down to Lisa Salters who moments ago caught up with Joe Burrow. It's a performance above, brought to you by Jersey Mike's.
Joe, you'll have T. Higgins back tonight. Just what are you hoping? What impact do you hope that he will have on the offense?
He's going to make some big plays for us. He's ready to go. Excited to watch him play.
Yeah, how did he look to you this week in practice?
He looked great, focused, explosive. Excited to watch him.
Now, when T was out of the lineup, Jamar Chase was getting a lot of attention. Now that T is back, what kind of looks are you hoping that Jamar will be getting?
Yeah, we'll see. Hopefully a little more singles. You know, we're ready to adapt to whatever we see.
I know you've said that you're not panicking about the 0-2 start, but heading into this game, how do you strike the right balance between not pressing and yet coming into it with the appropriate sense of urgency?
We just got to go get a win. We got to execute the plays. We had a great week of practice. We just got to go execute now.
Thank you, Joe. Good luck.
Yeah, no panic, but the Cincinnati Bengals firmly believe that they can represent the AFC in Super Bowl 59 in New Orleans. They got to get a win. It should come tonight. If you ask them, they'll have their hands full with the Commanders. Football coming up next.
ESPN welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
Kilo 7 Tango Victor, request to land. This is Cincinnati Tower. You are cleared for landing. Have a great night.
It's a pivotal game. It's time to show out. Where my receivers at? We need speed tonight. Who they gonna think gonna beat them Bengals?
It's on us. No matter what they do, no matter what anybody else do, it's about what we do.
Off the rip. Straight from the rip, we ballin'. All grit, all stars, all in, all courage, all clear. Never falling, hustling, motivate. Yeah, that's my calling. Crowd applauding. From grind time to prime time, seize the moment, season is mine. Game time.
Wow, touchdown Cincinnati.
Unbelievable catch by McCoy.
Pass is picked, intercepted.
Oh my God.
It is a great atmosphere here in Cincinnati on game night. Place all lit up and ready to rock. Washington Commanders come in 1-1. The Cincinnati Bengals 0-2. Zach Taylor, the 41-year-old, in year number 6. And for the 5th time in 6 seasons, his Bengals are 0-2. So they've been here before. And Dan Quinn is part of a rebuild with the Washington Commanders. He was the head coach in Atlanta, took the Falcons to a Super Bowl, and then for the last couple of years has been the DC in Dallas. Out tonight, Emmanuel Forbes again with a thumb injury, had surgery, not available. Cleveland Farrell, who is the leading sack man for Washington, is out with a knee injury. And then Troy, those bottom 2 guys, big guys up the middle at defensive tackle, not available with pulled hamstrings in B.J. Hill and Sheldon Rankins.
Yeah, and that's been an area of this defense where they have struggled inside in that defensive tackle position. Not having those players hurts them this week. They went down early in that game last week against the Kansas City Chiefs.
Washington won the toss. They defer. Cincinnati gets it, and Chase Brown will bring it.